You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! Cassidy, time. Have you seen what he's been saying about the time?
That. You know what I'm saying? We've had some conversations behind the scene about time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's like, yo, please, you know, I don't want to mess up the rules, but I got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to perform. You know, but I mean, we have an understanding, you know what I'm saying, on both ends. So I don't think he's going to do anything to deliberately mess things up. And there is no, but I mean, you know, it's Cassidy, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how do you sick of your call time? Do you mess the battle up? And a lot of times, not just him, but other rappers in general put us in that position. And fans have to understand, we don't ever want to call time. You know what I'm saying? But this is the dilemma that we face, right? We make contracts. We put time on the contracts, right? And 2 weeks before the battle, or a week before, yo, telling you, I know the contract said 3 minutes long. My round is 3:45 to 4 minutes, 30-second grace period, man. Don't cut me off. And I'd be like, yo, bro, we sat, we discussed the time. You said this was the time that you wanted to run. Now you're changing. And then you call the other guy and he goes, well, I stuck to the time.
Right.
No. And then you have the two of them up. Well, if he cuts the time off, then, you know, if he goes over time, then I'm leaving the stage or whatever. So we don't ever want to call time. But it's like, it's messed up because if you agree to a time and one guy rounds longer, the audience is always going to want more for their buck. You know what I'm saying? But then if one guy's
sometimes, as long as it's fine.
Right. But as long as the guy is, but then the other guy's like, yo, I'm sticking to what I was contracted for.
Right.
You know, I didn't prepare for that. If I had known that we were going to go longer, I would have prepared for that. So then they get on stage, yo, he's bitching about the time, man. Oh, then the crowd's mad at the other guy, but it's not his fault. And then they somehow find a way to blame us. So I'm the bad guy if I call time, but then I cheated the other guy if I let the other guy rhyme longer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when it goes outside, the narrative is, that's bullshit, man. URL cut me off. They shouldn't let me get my third off. And then the other guy's like, yo, that's bullshit, man. They told me 3 minutes. He rhymed for 4 minutes and 45 seconds, man. That's messed up, man. URL didn't stop the clock. So it's like, what are we to do? You know
I think Twerk said it when he battled Miss Hustle. I think what he said was, like, yo, I got paid to be there for a certain amount of time. So if I got paid to do 3 5-minute rounds, that's 15 minutes for me to be on that stage. And my opponent, same thing, 15 minutes. So if my opponent goes 30 minutes, I'm not paid to be on there for an additional 15 minutes. I'm paid to be on there for a certain amount of time, and when that time reaches, my battle is over. That's the kind of what I got from him. He didn't say it in that words, but that's what pretty much he was saying, which makes sense.
Right.
I didn't come here to work a half hour. I came to work 20 minutes.
Right.
So because you want to stay longer,
that's on you.
That's on you. I got to go. I got to go home. So now, what is the worst time situation you've ever had to contain or control?
Man, there's been so many.
I know. That's why I asked you, like, what was one memorable one? Is like, it really, you know, took its toll on you.
Shine was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Because backstage we was like a whole, you know, Hitman. See, man, y'all always do this to me, man. Fuck Bees, come on, man. Every time, man, I just go ahead, Bees, go ahead, just go, Bees. Fucking cut the time, Bees. You know what I'm saying? That's my man.
It's not a bad impersonation of Hitman.
Dog, I could. The amount of screaming matches that me and Hitman Holla have had since knowing each other is ridiculous. I'm talking about we've been yelling at each other since Summer Madness 1. To the thing, that's just that, like, when it's time to deal with Hitman, like, to book him, like, she gon' smack, don't talk to Hitman. Wow. They're like, yo, that's your guy. Everybody has a guy that they deal with. You know what I'm saying, that we book with. So I've been the designated hitman guy. I'm the one who has to take the yelling and the screaming, and then when I call him and I'm booking him, he's snickering on the other line. How this is gonna go, Bees? Da, 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 da. like, oh my God.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's actually a good question that I wouldn't have thought of asking. Is how that works with you guys trying to set up battlers. Because I could imagine all of them don't get along with all of y'all.
Certain people have better relationships than others. You know what I'm saying? Hitman drives Chico crazy. He can't deal with him. He loses his mind. You know what I'm saying? So he'll put me off. I mean, they're cordial. They speak when they see each other and they laugh. But like, he'll drive them crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I always thought you talk to everybody.
I talk to a vast majority of people.
Who don't you talk to or only talk to Smackler or Chico?
Arsenal. I'm great with Arsenal.
No, not that you got a bad relationship with him.
Usually Chico deals with Arsenal. Chico deals with Hollow. Smack deals with Surf. It's just different.
Wow, yeah.
It's like different.
Well, it's three different personalities, and at some point, somebody is a little more easygoing with the other person, so that makes a lot of sense.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.